The border between the United States and Canada is more than just a line on a map. For generations, it's been a symbol of peace, partnership, and shared prosperity, the world's longest undefended border. People, goods, and ideas have flowed across it with a freedom that's rare in our modern world. This relationship was forged through shared history, common values, and the daily interactions of millions who see each other as neighbors. The trust here is the bedrock of North America's stability and success. You see it in cities like Detroit and Windsor, in joint efforts to protect the Great Lakes, and in the ease with which tourists cross to explore each other's countries. For most, the border is a formality, not a barrier, a promise of open doors and mutual respect. Hundreds of billions in trade cross every year, supporting millions of jobs on both sides. Our supply chains are deeply integrated, keeping prices stable and businesses thriving. But beyond economics, the relationship is personal. Families, students, and artists cross the border, reinforcing a sense of shared community. This human connection is the glue that holds the partnership together. Despite different flags, Americans and Canadians are part of a larger community. But now this deep-rooted trust is being tested in a remote yet crucial corner of the continent. The future of this historic friendship hangs in the balance. The Alaska Highway stretches nearly 1,400 miles through breathtaking wilderness, connecting Alaska to the lower 48 and the rest of North America. Built during World War II as a military supply route, it's now Alaska's economic lifeline. For Alaskans, this road is essential. Most goods, from groceries to medicine, travel thousands of miles by land to reach them. Trucking is the backbone of Alaska's supply chain, with trucks journeying from Seattle through Canada to reach the state. The highway is also vital for families, tourists, and essential services, linking communities and economies on both sides of the border. Because much of the highway runs through Canada, its upkeep depends on international cooperation. For decades, a spirit of goodwill has allowed American drivers to use the Canadian section with minimal friction. This quiet success story of cross-border collaboration is now under threat. As of September 17, 2025, that harmony faces its most significant strain in years. The tension began with a new policy from British Columbia, a $750 toll on every U.S.-registered commercial truck using its portion of the Alaska Highway. For truckers, this isn't just a fee, it's a massive financial blow that threatens their livelihoods. David Miller, a veteran driver, says, "A $1,500 round-trip fee is more than my profit margin on many loads. I might go out of business." Thousands of truckers now face a tough choice: absorb the cost, pass it to customers, or abandon the Alaska route. New toll booths have created bottlenecks and delays, especially for perishable goods. The once open, cooperative route has become a point of friction and financial stress. The toll was announced and implemented within weeks, leaving companies scrambling. Many in the American trucking community feel blindsided and betrayed by a long-trusted partner. The toll is now seen as a symbol of a broken promise, a sudden wall on a road that was always a bridge. The shockwaves were immediate, with businesses and drivers reeling. The Alaska Highway's future suddenly feels uncertain. In Alaska, the $750 toll sent shockwaves through the economy and daily life. Businesses quickly calculated the impact, grocery stores facing tens of thousands in new costs each month. Prices for essentials like milk, bread, and vegetables have already risen, squeezing household budgets. Construction projects risk stalling, and medical clinics in remote communities worry about timely deliveries. The toll disrupts finely tuned supply chains, threatening jobs and public health. Beyond economics, Alaskans feel vulnerable and isolated, their connection to the rest of the country suddenly in jeopardy. If a $750 toll can appear overnight, what's to stop it from rising further? The uncertainty is eroding confidence among residents and investors. Many feel held hostage by a distant decision, their economic well-being hanging in the balance. The open highway, once a symbol of security, now feels threatened. The sense of trust and stability is shaken. Alaskans are left wondering what comes next. From British Columbia's perspective, the toll isn't malicious. It's about fairness and necessity. The province has long shouldered the immense cost of maintaining a highway through harsh terrain, battered by heavy commercial trucks. Officials argue that U.S. commercial traffic causes disproportionate wear and tear, and local taxpayers can't bear the burden alone. The toll, they say, ensures those who benefit most also help pay for upkeep, a user-pay principle. Urgent infrastructure projects like replacing old bridges and resurfacing roads require hundreds of millions in funding. Without new revenue, the highway's condition would deteriorate for everyone. The toll targets commercial trucks, not passenger vehicles or tourists, to minimize broader impact. Canadian officials insist it's not about punishing Alaskans but securing the highway's future. They acknowledge U.S. frustration, but their priority is the safety and finances of British Columbia. The debate is about who pays for a vital shared lifeline. The U.S. response was swift and furious. For American truckers and Alaskans, the toll felt like an unfair tax and a betrayal of decades of cooperation. Alaska's leaders called it an economic blockade, arguing that the highway is a vital American lifeline passing through Canadian soil. Protests erupted at toll booths, with truckers decrying Canada's geographic monopoly. Many pointed out that the U.S. Army built the road during World War II for mutual defense. The idea that Canada would now charge a steep fee for access to a road built for shared security felt like rewriting history. The toll became more than a financial burden. It was seen as an affront to a legacy of partnership. The anger transformed a financial dispute into an emotional one, straining the friendship. The sense of trust that defined the border was suddenly in question. The toll was now a symbol of a relationship under strain. The U.S. demanded action, and the conflict escalated. The Alaska Highway, once a bridge, now felt like a battleground. The stakes had never been higher. The dispute quickly escalated into a major diplomatic conflict. The U.S. ambassador to Canada lodged a formal protest, calling the toll a violation of long-standing agreements. The issue became about sovereignty and international relations, not just trucks and roads. Canada's federal government defended British Columbia's right to manage its infrastructure, but urged de-escalation. Official statements grew cautious, and the usual warmth between the two countries faded. The tension spilled into other areas. Environmental cooperation, law enforcement, and trade talks all felt the chill. U.S. lawmakers threatened retaliatory measures, including new fees on Canadian trucks and delays on cross-border projects. The toll dispute became a litmus test for the entire relationship. Experts warned that letting a single issue poison broader cooperation was dangerous. The partnership relies on trust and mutual benefit. The Alaska Highway toll put that foundation at risk. The conflict was now a serious test of the North American alliance. With tensions high and Alaska's economy suffering, both sides began searching for a way out. Standing firm was hurting everyone: Canada's reputation and Alaska's economy. Quiet talks explored compromise, focusing on cost and access. One proposal, a joint infrastructure fund, with the U.S. helping pay for highway maintenance in exchange for eliminating the toll. Another idea, a much lower weight-based toll, making costs manageable for truckers while still funding repairs. Any solution would require both sides to step back from hardline positions. Canada may need to admit the toll was too aggressive. The U.S. must accept it can't expect free access forever. A binational agreement could set clear rules for funding and management. The goal, a fair, sustainable path that keeps Alaska's lifeline open and the U.S.-Canada relationship strong. The future depends on finding common ground. The Alaska Highway toll dispute is about more than money. It's a test of trust between two close allies. The U.S.-Canada relationship, long a model of cooperation, has been shaken by a single conflict. For Canada, it's a lesson in the risks of unilateral action. For the U.S., a reminder not to overlook allies' concerns. The path forward demands renewed communication, empathy, and partnership. The choices made now will shape the future of North American cooperation. If a solution is found, it will reaffirm the alliance's strength. If not, the damage could be lasting. The world is watching as two friends navigate a crucial test.